It was supposed to be a quiet weekend away. No traffic, no work, no noise. Just two friends, a cabin, and some mountain air. Lena was the one who found it online. A perfect little house in northern Vermont, old wood, big windows, and a view of the lake. The listing looked too good to be true, but it had 5 stars and real photos. At least, that's what we thought. We left Boston at dawn. By noon, the highway had thinned into single-lane roads. Pines pressed close on both sides, and my phone lost signal somewhere near a faded sign that said, "Welcome to Alders Hill." Lena grinned, her sunglasses catching the sun. "Feels like the start of a horror movie, huh?" I laughed, but something in the silence that followed made me uneasy. We finally found the driveway, a long dirt path that cut through the trees. At the end stood the house from the pictures. Gray wood siding, white trim, a porch swing that creaked slightly in the breeze. It looked lived in, but not recently. We unloaded our bags, took some photos, and checked out the inside. Everything matched the listing. The blue sofa, the big fireplace, even the bowl of fake lemons on the kitchen table. It was eerie how perfectly identical it was, like someone had staged it for us. We explored every room. The air smelled faintly of pine and something else, old dust, maybe. Lena said it was just cabin smell. We spent the day hiking, cooking pasta, laughing about how isolated we were. By nightfall, fog rolled in across the lake. When I stepped outside, the world felt smaller, muffled. Around midnight, I woke up thirsty. The cabin was pitch black except for the dim red light of the stove clock. As I filled a glass of water, I noticed something. The front door was slightly open. I frowned, thinking maybe Lena had gone outside. I called her name softly. No answer. The fog was thick now, wrapping around the porch like smoke. I sighed, stepped closer, and froze. There were footprints on the porch, muddy, large, leading away from the door. Not toward it, away. I turned to wake Lena, but she was standing in the hallway already, pale, phone in hand. "What's wrong?" I asked. She didn't answer. She was staring at her screen, her hand shaking. I moved closer and saw it too. The rental listing, it was gone. No reviews, no photos, no trace of the cabin at all. Just a gray box with 3 words. Property not found. We both turned toward the window then. Out in the fog, halfway down the dirt road, the porch light flickered once, twice, and then went dark. And in that brief moment before the light died, I could have sworn I saw someone standing there. Morning came gray and cold. The fog hadn't lifted, it had thickened, swallowing the trees, the lake, and even the road we'd driven in on. Lena stood by the window, staring into that endless gray. She hadn't slept. Neither had I. "Let's pack up," she said, voice low. "We can figure out where we are once we hit the main road." I nodded, trying to sound calm. But when I stepped outside to load the car, the air felt wrong, heavier somehow, like everything around us was watching. The gravel drive that had brought us in yesterday was gone, just gone. In its place was grass overgrown, wet with dew, stretching all the way to the tree line. The car sat in the same spot we'd parked it, but behind it, the dirt path had vanished completely. "Lena," I said softly, "come look at this." She stepped out and stopped dead beside me. "This can't be right," she whispered. "We came down that road." I ran my hand through my hair trying to think. Maybe we're just turned around. Fog messes with perspective. But she wasn't listening. She was staring at something else, the mailbox. It had a name on it now. Yesterday it had been blank. The name read Henderson Family. Lena's voice trembled. "That's a name in the old newspaper article." "What article?" She opened her phone and pulled up a half-loaded page, one she'd saved when she was researching rentals last week. A local headline from Alders Hill Gazette, dated 2003. 3 found dead in cabin fire, cause under investigation. My stomach dropped. "You're saying this is that cabin?" She didn't answer. The fog pressed closer. The porch creaked behind us. I turned, half expecting to see someone there. Nothing, just the swing moving slightly, even though the air was still. We got in the car and tried the engine. It started, but the GPS couldn't find a signal. Every direction led to the same thing, a screen frozen on searching. After 20 minutes. Us. Of driving, we ended up back in front of the cabin. No turns, no forks in the road, just the same circular route leading back home. Lena hit the steering wheel. "This isn't happening." I wanted to agree, but the more I looked around, the less it felt like reality. The forest was too quiet. No birds, no wind, no insects. Just us. We decided to go on foot. Maybe we'd find a ranger station, a gas stop, anything. But after an hour of walking, the air began to hum low and distant, like a generator. The sound came from behind the trees. We followed it until we saw a shape through the fog, another cabin. Identical to ours, same porch, same windows, same chipped paint. Lena grabbed my arm. "That's impossible. We just left it." We moved closer and saw the swing move again, back and forth, back and forth. Then, through the window, we saw 2 figures inside, sitting at the table, drinking coffee. It was us. Lena stumbled backward, nearly tripping on the wet grass. What is that?" she whispered. I couldn't answer. My voice was gone. Inside that second cabin, through the fog-streaked window, we watched ourselves. 2 figures sitting at the table, motionless. Same clothes, same hair, same posture. The duplicates didn't blink. "Let's go," I said, grabbing her arm. "Now." We ran through the trees, branches whipping our faces, our shoes slipping in the mud. But no matter how far we went, the sound of the swing followed that faint wooden creak, rhythmic, endless. When we finally stopped, gasping for air, I looked up. The cabin stood right in front of us again, only this time the front door was open. Lena was crying now. "Please tell me this isn't real. Please." I took a step forward, just one, and the air shifted. The fog pulsed like it was breathing. The door frame rippled faintly, almost like heat. Inside, everything was almost the same. The fireplace, the table, the mug, but the walls. The walls were covered in photographs, hundreds of them, all printed on yellowing paper, nailed in uneven lines. Each photo showed different people standing outside the same cabin. Couples, friends, families, smiling. And at the bottom of every photograph, scrawled in pen, was the same phrase: checked in, never checked out. My breath hitched. Lena, we need to leave. But she was already walking toward the photos, tracing her finger over one at the far edge. It was us. The picture was fresh, the ink still wet, same clothes, same expressions. Taken that morning. How? She whispered. The lights flickered. A faint humming filled the air again, deeper this time, like something under the floorboards. I turned toward the door, but there was no door anymore, just a solid wall of wood. Lena backed up, trembling. No. No. The hum turned into a low whisper. Words I couldn't make out. The Sioux end came from inside the walls like the cabin itself was speaking. I pressed my ear against the wood. It whispered our names. Then silence. And in that silence from the hallway, I heard a faint click. The sound of a camera shutter. When I turned, no one was there. Just the swing creaking outside. Lena grabbed my arm. We're not leaving, are we? I wanted to lie. I wanted to tell her yes. But then, through the window, I saw the car parked outside, clean, empty, and untouched by mud, as if no one had ever driven it. And sitting on the porch were 2 coffee mugs. Still steaming. If you ever book a cabin that looks too perfect, check the photos twice, and never trust a listing with no address. Hit subscribe, drop a like, and turn on the bell, because next time you might not be watching someone's story. You might be watching your own.